October 6th. It's October 6th. It's day one for the new FG, which means drink of the day is water, pills. Starting weight is 200 pounds. What I'm going to be doing is, when I start something, I finish it. Step one is not to overwhelm yourself. You start out with something small, and you build on that. You don't get excited. A lot of times we're unhappy in life because we're building these grandiose ideas that might not come to fruition. So you start with something simple. So Monday and Tuesday are my days off, hopefully. Sometimes I get called into work. So instead of sleeping in and getting called to work and being pissed off, you get up early. At least you can get a couple things done before you get called in. So if we're not going to get excited, how do we proceed? Well, you proceed with caution, but with ambition. You know you're not going to hammer yourself, you're going to take things a little better. And you're going to be more successful because you're not going to be putting pressure on yourself. And a big part of your decision making is thinking about the family. So when I get up, I check my banking account to see what supplies I have in the way of money. I look at the birthday list for the year. I try to plan a month ahead for birthdays, because I don't want to be doing things at the last minute. So I check the birthdays for November, since it's October 6th. We got a great grandson, Nardo. And we got a son, BJ, coming up in November. It's like a minor month for birthdays, which is good. Now in the back of your mind, you're going to have some bigger goals. And then again, you're going to not put pressure on yourself. So today, I got a few things that I want to get done. I mean, I have some huge things that I gotta get done. I'm not gonna put pressure on myself because a couple of large things I put off for 3 months. So basically all you can do is take your first step or just get up. So I got up. I'm gonna go get a haircut. Since it's day one, work on things for a week or two, and then I'm going to turn up the heat. I don't have to worry about all these little things that crop up, like getting a haircut or paying bills, to get in the way. So the best way to pay bills is you pay a month in advance. A lot of people don't even start on their issues, their baggage, and things that they want to do. So 3 areas that you got to concentrate on are physically, mentally, and spiritually. And looking at your intentions to get somewhere. Physically, if you're not going to overwhelm yourself, a pound a week is doable for anybody. So that means you gotta lower your calorie intake by 3,500 calories. That's a pound a week. Now you can supplement some physical activity in there. The main thing is, or that works the best, is you have to cut calories. And if you're going to do some cardio or something, whatever, you got to understand that riding a bike burns double the calories compared to walking or running. I don't know why that is. I checked out apps, researched it. It's true. Bike riding burns double the calories. So if you're in the process of serious business, of change, you can lighten the load when you have the information. That doesn't mean you have to research 100% of the information. You can research 20% to get 80% of the results. Pareto's principle. So you can write down your process and maybe eliminate a few steps. When you get realistic and find out that, you're treading water with your way of doing it. So I got my garbage bag. I'm going to do some cleaning up. Throwing out. You don't want to throw out too much because you might throw out something that becomes important to you in the future. If you do it where you're going to be organized and organize your life, step 1, 2, and 3, things are going to turn out a little bit better. So I check my money. I check the birthdays. I check my communication schedule. I got out of the house, put one foot in front of the other. First thing is, your priority is your work, so it's my day off. It's 7:09 in the morning. I'll talk to my boss and ask him what my schedule is this week. On Wednesday, I might have to work a 12-hour shift if he takes a day off. So I want to be prepared. So it's 8:14. We got the haircut done. Every time I go, I talk to Jason, my barber. He's a younger man that's not married, but has a relationship. So we talking back and forth about different ways of doing things in life. I learn from him and he learns from me. Today we talked about keeping finances separate with your spouse or girlfriend. One thing I learned a long time ago is you keep your work and personal life separate, which means when you're working, you don't think about your personal life. You concentrate 100% on what you're doing at work, improving yourself, on your skills and potential. And then the minute you leave work, it's personal time. You don't talk about or complain about work to your family. But in order to keep that separate, you have to communicate about it. What your intentions are. What makes you happy or sad in your personal life. If you don't communicate, you're going to end up on the wrong end of the decision. Or you're going to be put out in the cold or thrown in a ditch, basically. But even though you do communicate thoroughly, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. That's life. So I'm doing a pound a week. That's my minimum effective dose. I'm going to use the app Chronometer, which means you can always compare different things and find out what might be better for you. But I'm also using the Yucca app. It's where, if you go in the grocery store and you got to buy cottage cheese or something, you can scan all the different cottage cheeses and find out which one you want to get. When I was a younger man, I used to compare pricing. That was the only thing I looked at. But now, I might find a better cottage cheese, and it's better because they say less fat, but I could always find a little bit cheaper cottage cheese that has more fat in it, and that's the only thing wrong with it. It has no additives, but it's just a little bit fattier. Plus it tastes better. But by using the apps, you can deduce what you're going to do with your life, because everybody's a little bit different. But my addiction is food. And I have to come up with a plan so I can make it through. So if I get depressed or a little bit sad about something or pissed off, I'm going to be eating. And once I start, it's like a roller coaster ride. It's 200 pounds. Goal is a pound a week. I make the effective decisions to make that happen. But now I put undue pressure on myself because that's all I'm going to be thinking about. And then I'm not going to be able to separate my work and personal life.
Coming.
All right.
Yay!